Our top focus in this bulletin. Now, it's been more than a month since the US President Joe Biden took office, and confirmation hearings for his cabinet nominations continue. While most hearings have sailed through, some have run into trouble, like Biden's pick for Budget Director Neera Tanden. Two Senate committees postponed meetings scheduled to consider President Biden's pick for Budget Director. Senators said that the reason for postponing the hearing was because they needed more time to consider the nomination, hinting that Neera Tanden may not have the votes needed to be approved. Tanden's nomination has run into trouble after a moderate Democratic Senator, Joe Manchin, withdrew his support, and two moderate Republicans followed suit. Those against her nomination have cited her past tweets as being problematic, many of which were critical of Republicans. Republican Senator Susan Collins as well as Mitt Romney both cited concerns that Tanden would be too divisive to lead the agency responsible for managing the $4 trillion of a federal budget. With the Senate divided 50-50 between the Republicans and Democrats, Tanden will need the support of at least one Republican to win the confirmation. However, despite the opposition, President Biden has remained in strong support of Tanden, who has served in the administrations of both Presidents Bill Clinton and Barack Obama. For now, Senator Lisa Murkowski is seen as one of the last remaining moderate Republicans who might back Tanden. She has said that she had not so far spoken to the White House about the nomination and was yet to make up her mind.
Because of social programs.
Now, for more on this story, we are being joined live by our correspondent Jagriti Dave from Washington, D.C. Welcome, Jagriti. Now, tell us more about the roadblocks ahead for the Biden administration when it comes to some of the key Senate confirmations.
Yeah, and I think Neera Tanden is one of the first stumbling blocks we've seen in those Senate confirmations, and it could be, looking at the numbers, it seems really unlikely that she is going to get the numbers to get confirmed. We're seeing significant opposition from Republicans who are citing her as being a divisive figure, pointing to past tweets, which she apologised for in her confirmation hearings and said that she would take, if confirmed, a more non-partisan approach to things. Those who support Neera Tanden, however, are criticising those senators who are opposing her, saying that, well, they didn't really put up that much of an opposition to the divisive tweets of a certain former president when he was in office. So why are they taking aim at Neera Tanden here? Politico makes the interesting point that actually it might not be such a bad thing for the Biden administration, for people like Joe Manchin to show opposition here, because they can then say, well, we've stood up to the Biden administration, we've not just let him have his way on every single thing, which means that they can then side with him on other issues which maybe they see as a more higher priority. Needless to say, I think Neera Tanden's confirmation, there's a big cloud hovering over it. That of Deb Haaland, however, she is going to be expected to be Mr. Biden's pick for Interior Secretary, and
right.
She has been backed by Joe Manchin, who is deciding that he's not backing Neera Tanden. So, with Joe Manchin's support, Deb Haaland looks likely to be in place for Interior Secretary, barring any other major roadblocks.
Right, Jagriti. Now, despite the opposition, President Biden has remained in strong support of Tanden, who has, of course, served in previous administrations of both Presidents Bill Clinton and Barack Obama. So how likely is it at this point that she will get the support that she needs?
Well, I think as we just talked about, it seems highly unlikely at this point that she has the numbers. With Joe Manchin's opposition, the Senate is, Congress is split evenly between Democrats and Republicans, and so the White House needs all Democrats to be on side. Joe Manchin is not, and we're not seeing any indications of any Republicans going over to the other side. Lisa Murkowski is perhaps her last remaining hope, but she hasn't said how she's going to vote. So at this stage, there is a cloud hanging over her confirmation.
Right. Jagriti, thanks for these inputs. We'd like you to stay on in this broadcast. We would also like you to weigh in on the State Department's recent response to the nuclear deal. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.